Welcome back to the Rundown as we sit just hours away from this ALDS Game 5 between the Rays and the Astros. I'm here joined by Julia Morales and Mark Topkin, my friends. Great to have you guys.
So good. I guess we're friends.
Yeah, I think we're all friends at this point. There we go.
Frenemies. All right, let's start with obviously Game 5, backs against the wall for both of these teams. What approaches did they take heading into this one?
Well, I think the approach for the Rays is going to be to find a way to get to Garrett Cole. Obviously, they did not do that at all in his first game against them. One lineup change today. They make something happen against Garrett Cole. They did it against Verlander the other day. That'll give them a little confidence.
Yeah, I was going to say, we did see them do that. The Rays starting to put the ball in play just to try to get something going. So for Garrett Cole, it's going to be more of the same for him. Can he continue what he's done this entire season up until this point, do it once again against a team that just saw him a couple of days ago? It's for the Astros, ideally, just take the lead and let Cole cruise in this case, especially knowing that he is probably the most dominant pitcher that you have, even with that bullpen. I mean, if everything's going right for Garrett, there's no one better. But it will be interesting to see pitching wise how AJ Hinch manages the bullpen if it gets to that point, who he uses. Is Zach Greinke down there? All those questions come up in a Game 5.
Let's talk about pressure here. Who is dealing with the most pressure? You obviously have the Astros, who have been heavy favorites all season long. You've got the scrappy Rays, who have maybe not been given enough credit for what they've done.
I think the pressure's on the Astros, and I can say that in the sense that this will be the fourth time in 9 days the Rays have played a win-or-go-home game. They had the wild card game at Oakland. They had the 2 games at the Trop, and they get to keep going.
And covering this team in 2015, 2017, the Astros were having a lot of fun those seasons. It was all about just getting there, and then what can you do once you're there? Anything can happen in the playoffs. This time around, this team came in, they put together a team that was wanting to win a World Series. All those guys want to win a World Series. There's nothing else that they're talking about and haven't been for the last 2 seasons now since they actually won one. So, I say pressure's on the Astros as well, knowing they've got the team to do it. They just have to perform, and they've got Garrett Cole on the mound. They're in their home ballpark. Everything's lining up for them. All they have to do is execute and get it done.
The home field advantage in this series has been absolutely wild. This place was rocking here, games 1 and 2, Tropicana Field, games 3 and 4. How impressive has this been, Mark?
Well, certainly from the Rays' perspective, because it's been a year where attendance was averaging 14,000. They went through those first 2 games, and they weren't all cheering for Julia. They were players cheering. Some of those fans were cheering for the players as well, and they really made this a tough place to play. That we saw the play in right field where the Rays had the miscommunication, and the volume had something to do with that. So I'm sure the Astros fans will be well primed to be loud tonight.
Yeah, I've got to say kudos to the Rays fans. I'd never seen that before. The Astros, even their opening day, and still that electricity was like nothing I'd ever seen at that place. But yeah, winning the first 2 games in this series, you heard how loud it got, and it can get loud. I mentioned earlier, if George Springer hits a leadoff home run, there is no other place in the world you want to be if you're an Astros fan than inside this building with the roof closed. This Astros team has played well at home this particular season, maybe not in the past. In 2017, they were better, and they're hoping for more of the same in an elimination game.
You guys are too good, making my job too easy out here. Thank you so much for hopping on. So Game 5, all hands on deck here today, and our coverage is